What is up, my dashing dudes and darling dames? I am the Hans TV, and welcome back to the only subreddit that makes me realize that no matter how dumb you are, there's someone dumber. It's r/StoriesAboutKevin. Our first post for today comes from Wicked Cyclone 2015. Kevin versus food. My friend is a Kevin, plain and simple. He is consistently amazing me at how completely stupid he is. This is his most recent blunder, and I still cannot stop thinking about it. So let's go. Me, Kevin, and a few of my friends decided to eat at KFC one day, because we all like fried chicken. In my state, indoor eating is allowed, so we ordered and sat down. You see, Kevin also doesn't seem to understand how viruses work, because once our food was ready, he pulled out a bottle of hand sanitizer. I thought, okay, he is just cleaning his hands before he eats, no big deal. But this boy begins pouring the sanitizer onto his food. He didn't just drop a little bit. He poured out the entire bottle. It was just swimming in hand sanitizer. We all just stared at Kevin, not saying a word for a solid minute, trying to process what this man had just done. We all burst out laughing, and Kevin said, and I quote, "I gotta keep myself healthy." Look, I'm all for staying safe. But you were doing the complete opposite of what he was supposed to do. I mean, sure, he didn't take a single bite of that food, or he probably could have demonetized. But you know the best part? You want to know where he got that idea from? Somebody jokingly told him over Xbox Live that if you put hand sanitizer in your food, that the sanitizer would fight the virus. And Kevin took his word as gospel. Moral of the story: don't eat hand sanitizer, and don't believe anything you hear over Xbox Live. I'm pretty sure I've said this many times on this subreddit, but why did we have to interfere with natural selection? Like, if you believe that eating hand sanitizer is okay, man, just go for it. Like, who are we to stop you? Our next post, again, comes from Zelda Spell Factory. Home remedies are not for Kevins. As a teen, my older brother, who is idiot brother from the last story, did not involve himself with the rest of the family. He was too lofty to spend time with mere mortals like his family. Even getting him to agree to come to dinner could be difficult, mostly because he was an idiot teen boy. But he was a weird teen boy. Do they come in any other type? Who loved history. My idiot brother believes that drug companies suppress the natural healing arts. Drug companies are out to get us all, of course. But those remedies that are in cookbooks or the journals of famous explorers, well, those will be what saves us all when the drug companies go under. As a teenager, my idiot brother developed the habit of watching Soft P that was on a certain cable channel late at night. We would find him in the den with nothing on, just my idiot brother, the dog, and whatever was on TV. On one night, he decided to combine a bunch of dumb things to drive out the cold he thought he was catching. Some famous explorer just swore that you could get rid of a cold by drinking tea made of steeping 1 clove of garlic to 1 cup of water. I am more than sure that idiot boy was drunk when he thought this up. Yes, he drank like a fish. We lived in a university town, and back in the 80s, it was easy to get away with. Daft idea. Idiot brother did not know what a clove was, so he put the entire head of garlic in a pan, on the burner, and he put in an extra cup of water so it wouldn't be too strong. Then he went and passed out watching Soft P in the den. About 4 a.m. I hear my mom knock on my door. My cat got upset at how bad the garlic tea smelled, and she went to make my parents make it stop. We don't have a clue how long that pot was on the fire, but it melted it so much that we threw it out. The pan, not the cat. You don't realize how much of your house has to be cleaned to the bones to get the stench out. Anything we could not wash had to go to the cleaners. We walked around for an entire winter season asking if our clothes were too smelly. The entire cleanup cost thousands of dollars. My idiot brother didn't think it was a bad thing to do. He just fell asleep, that's all. My dad won't even let garlic in the house anymore. Honestly, OP, your brother is so stupid. Like, there are no words for me to explain how stupid this kid is. Our next post comes from Zelda Spell Factory, Idiot Bro, and Vinegar. Idiot Bro believes that you can cure almost anything with the right kind of vinegar. As a teen, he went to his favorite source for medical knowledge, some famous explorer's journal. Yes, I realized that the journal of some guy who explored America long before modern medical care is an unusual choice for up-to-date medical knowledge. But this is my idiot brother, who believes that all modern things are bad, and all the old ways are automatically better. He thought he was coming down with something, so he looked up this dead explorer guy's journal to find out how to get over the bug. The explorer guy said to drink a cup, 8 ounces, of vinegar, and you will feel better. What the explorer guy's journal did not say is that vinegar is an emetic, and it will make you barf and barf and barf. My dad believed in letting us make our own dumb mistakes, so he watched as my idiot brother carefully measured out 8 ounces of vinegar. Then my dad asked what my idiot brother was going to do with the vinegar. My idiot brother explained that he was going to fix his bug by drinking the vinegar. My dad knew that all idiot brother was going to be doing for the night was puking. Dad just let him go do it, after saying, that might not be the smartest thing to do. In terms of health benefits, yes, there are some to drinking certain types of vinegar. However, you need to dilute it with water, ginger, and a few other ingredients so that it doesn't make you puke. Come on, guys. Google is a thing. This next post comes from Jakey Poom. Kevin creates an unsafe work environment. I work with food, and we often use seasonings and powders that can cause us to sneeze if used improperly. As you can guess, Kevin often uses these powders and seasonings wrong so that they cause pungent powders to billow up into the air and cause us to sneeze. We are required to wear masks, but they don't help prevent the sneezing. As I stare at Kevin pulling out the seasoning packet, waiting for him to inevitably sneeze, I watch terrified as he realizes he's about to sneeze and pulls his mask down to sneeze into his hands. What the hell, Kevin? Keep the mask on when you sneeze. That's what it's there for. But if I sneeze in there, it'll get all gross. I don't want my smeat on it. Kevin, yes, sneezing into your mask may make it gross. But you know what's even more gross? Sneezing into your hands when you work with food. That is a contamination problem. Our final post for today comes from Ep.35. Role-playing gamer Kevin does not inspire loyalty. So I've been playing tabletop RPGs for the last 30 plus years of my life. This is pencil, paper, dice, not electronic gaming, just to make that clear. Some people getting into RPGs for the first time just seem to get it, while others just don't seem to be able to get their heads around the dynamic. And then there are the people whose Kevinness just shines through. I was driving cabs at the time, and I had been chatting with one of the other drivers. I mentioned I played RPGs and asked him if he wanted to give it a go. Player attrition is always a problem. So he showed up, and me and my mate gave him a run through. We were playing Palladium Fantasy to start with, which is similar but not identical to the one that everyone's heard of, D&D. But if you imagine D&D, you're pretty close. I had previously arranged with my mate, who was going to GM, Game Master, for us that I would take a subordinate role in the party, so the new guy could be the big hero and get a good impression of the game. I'd sort of help him along without overshadowing him, that sort of thing. At first, all went well. Kevin was playing a knight and I was a squire. His character had all the bonuses and could kick butt up one side of the room and down the other, while my character could handle himself in a fight mostly. But I rocked at things like cooking, maintaining armor, dealing with merchants, all that sort of thing. I pulled my weight in the party, just not when it came to beating up monsters. We were getting the job done and earning some serious coin. Still, I thought we were pretty well even. Right up until we got a couple more players in the game. Now, in RPGs like this, there's a thing called player knowledge. You're not supposed to act on things that you, as a player, know, but your character does not. However, when it comes to new PCs, player characters, joining a fantasy party, if you don't want to dance around the topic for half the day, most of the time it's okay to just go. Yeah, they've got a trustworthy face. I'm okay with them keeping watch while I sleep. Nobody's gonna ding you on that. Much. But this goes farther than that. Kevin's character meets these two new characters in the inn. He immediately accepts them into the party. Okay, then hands out a stack of cash to each of them to go and get kitted out. What? I look at him and go, out of character here, but your character doesn't know these guys from a bar of soap. It'll all be okay, he says. They're not gonna rip us off. I know they're PCs. I glance at my mate, the GM. He shrugs, so I shrug too. Okay then, I say. You just gave them some serious spending money. I know we're good for it, and I haven't had any walking around cash in some time. Could I get some too? He looks me in the eye and says, my character hands you 50 and says that he wants a full accounting of every coin you spend. I go, wait, you gave those guys 300 each and you're giving me 50? You're a loyal and true companion and you're making me account for all of it? He goes, yeah, I think about that. Wait, so if I quit as your squire and joined the party just as me, you'd give me more money and I wouldn't have to account for it? Yeah, I probably would, he says again. I looked at the GM and said, I am so tempted to right now. He bursted out laughing and said, well, are you gonna do it? I said, no, my character wouldn't do it. I didn't get the 300, but the game didn't last much longer. And I never accepted a subordinate role under that guy's characters ever again. He just did not know how to lead in real life or otherwise. Maybe later I'll tell the story of how he got on the wrong side of a loan shark. Oh my god, OP. Please tell that story. I will be following you religiously until you tell that story. Now, I don't know much about D&D and all that, but I do know that loyalty to your characters is like a major factor in it. Like you have to actually act how your character would act in that certain situation. So Kevin was just an idiot and was like, yeah, let's give these guys $300, but my squire who's been here since the beginning, I'm gonna give him 50 and he's gonna have to do a full accountability for it. No, Kevin. Well, alright my dashing dudes and darling dames, that's gonna do it for today's episode of r/stories about Kevin. I hope you liked the stories, and if you did, I'm gonna link them in the description as always. And if you like a video, subscribe, share, drop a like, and a comment down below with what you'd like to see me read next. A humongous thank you to everyone who keeps on subscribing to the channel. I cannot thank y'all enough for what y'all are doing. And I say this sincerely whenever I thought that it would never get this far, and I can't not wait to see where it goes. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video.